2021,
Yes.
Spencer.
Hello, welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are
Yeah.
ready for Sunday school again.
Yeah.
And we are going to be studying about the earth.
We are.
And how God created the earth, and it is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's sing.
All right. So this is a song thanks to Becky. She taught me this song. It's called Deep and Wide. And the words are deep and wide, there's water flowing deep and wide. I almost have to sing it. Deep and wide, there's water flowing deep and wide. Okay.
Easy
and then we
peasy.
have some actions, right? So when we say deep,
Think about
deep.
a deep
Think,
well or
yep,
a deep hole.
Or deep pool.
Or a deep pool.
Or a lake if you go to a lake.
Yep.
And then wide, like a wide river.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right. So it goes just like this. So it's deep and wide, there is water flowing deep and wide. Oops. Deep and wide, there is water flowing deep and wide. And then we change it. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. And we go faster. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. There we go. Okay.
That was great.
Yeah, so if you messed up, that's okay. We do too. So
That's
anyway,
perfect.
lots of water.
There's fun. We'll sing it again at the end.
Yes.
That
All right.
is great. Okay, so we're going to do something since we're talking about water. We're
Okay.
going to do the wave.
Oh,
Do any of you know when you go to like a sporting event or something and people do the wave woo around the auditorium? Well, guess what? We don't have lots of people here. If we were all together, we could do that. So we're going to do something fun. We're going to do the wave with our fingers.
Okay.
So, everybody, we're going to start fingers up. Let's
okay.
finger up.
Okay.
All right, you can start, Spencer,
Okay.
and we're going to wave.
So we go down first?
Yep.
Okay, so it's down. Ooh.
Woo! And now we'll go up. Woo!
Ooh. Oh, yep.
Let's try it one more time.
Okay.
You do it with us. Here we go.
Okay. Ready?
Fingers down.
Ooh. I don't think we're gonna get this very well. Oh, you'd think that, if I played the piano, that we could do, doesn't matter. Anyway.
It's harder.
Yeah, well that's
all right,
the wave.
well, that was a fun way to do the wave. All right.
I think I much prefer the big group of people.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that in 2020, that we can get back together and
2021, you
21. Oh, yes, sorry.
mean? No more 2020.
Hello, yes. All right. So, waves.
Oh.
Lots of waves. Waves on our hand, waves in the ocean, waves on a river.
Yep.
Lots of ways to have waves.
Right.
And God created all of that, and it is good. So we're going to read our story.
Yes.
It is from Genesis.
Yes, so this is Genesis chapter 1, verses 6 through 10. So on the second day, God created the world. God said, "Let there be a covering that separates the waters."
So God separated the waters below from those above.
God called this covering sky.
There was morning and night. The second day God created the world.
Then God said, "Let all the water below the sky come together so dry land appears."
God called the land earth and the water sea.
God saw how good it all was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. In the mail, you all should have received your packets. And this time, we are going to have 3 different coloring sheets. So, if you were in the youngest group, you got a book like we did last time. This one is called Separation of the Water. And it looks like this. God made a covering for the waters and called it sky. There was morning and night on the second day, and God created the world. God separated the water and the land. There's our globe.
Yeah, there it is.
And God was very happy how good everything was. The end. That's the story.
And then if you're in the middle group, you have one like this, where it says God said, and then this cool drawing around it.
Yep.
So I get to color that.
And then this one is for the older group, and this one just has a little more detail.
Yep.
So yours has fewer lines, and this one has more lines. So let's get out our crayons or our pencils.
Or some markers, whatever you want to color with.
Yeah, whatever you want to color with. And let's color. So Spencer.
Yes, Becky.
What do you love about water?
Ooh. I think I like swimming in it the most. That's one of my favorite memories. When I was growing up, we lived in the country. There was a creek that went kind of by our house, or some people say a crick. We say creek. Anyway, there's a creek that went by our house, and we would always go swimming and wading in that, and that was always really fun. Water.
That's very cool.
How about you?
Every summer, when I was growing up, we would get a cabin up north in Minnesota with my cousin's family, and we would water ski and swim and do all the fun things that you do at a cabin. And this was so long ago that the cabins were like almost like a retreat place for families.
Okay.
So every day they would have like activities and games, and there was a game room where you could play pool and video games, the old kind of Pac-Man video games, you know, And it was such a fun week. It was like the best week of the summer, and I, to this day, love being on water, a lake, a river, the ocean. Yeah.
So what time of summer would you do that?
What kind of?
Like what time of summer?
I think we usually went in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was a kid. We always went camping on a lake out in the Black Hills on the 4th of July. That was always our family's tradition. And so all my cousins would come along, and aunts and uncles, and so we'd all be out together with the boats and skiing and tubing. And I don't know if you do much inner tubing, you know? Tubing,
we had all the toys. Every year, whatever the new toy was, that was what we had to have. It was very fun. And then my aunt and uncle's family that we always went with, they eventually bought a cabin. And then I nannied for them one summer when I was in college, so I went there every single weekend.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was very fun.
So why does God call the water good? That's
good question. I believe God thinks everything He created in this world is good. And of course, in this world, God created water as one of the most important things.
Right.
If you look at a globe picture, most of the earth is water.
Is it like 70% of the earth is covered in water, if I remember right? All of you Sunday schoolers will probably know more because you're studying science in school.
Yes.
It's a long time ago for me, but yeah, 70%, that's a lot of water.
That is a lot of water. And likewise, He put a lot of water in us.
Yeah.
We are made up of a lot of water.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons it's so important to drink water.
I would say it's one of the most important life-giving sources, wouldn't you say?
I would agree.
When we're hot, we drink water to cool down, or we swim in it.
Yeah, and we stay hydrated.
Yep.
So if we want to run or exercise or play sports, all of those things, we need water to keep us healthy so that we can do all those things.
And even singing, you need lots of water to hydrate your voice and keep that working right. So yeah, water is very important. Very important.
So one of the things about water, now, again, you Sunday school kids probably all know this, that water bottles are important. Schools now, I don't know about you, but growing up, we weren't allowed water bottles at school. That wasn't something we were allowed. It is something I think that schools and teachers have learned how important it is and how important it is to stay hydrated while we're learning. And so they allow these water bottles now. And plastic water bottles, the thing about those, even though they're giving you water, having so many of those that get thrown away is really bad for our environment. And it's not a good way to love the things that God gave us. And so using a reusable water bottle is great. Hey, I see one right there. Way to go.
There's coffee in this, but
Yeah.
yes.
You could put water
You
in
could
it.
put water in it. I have.
Yeah,
So.
but reusable ways that you can just fill it back up again is a great way to care for our world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a. Is it in the Pacific Ocean where there's a big island of plastic? Is that
Yeah.
It's kind of sad
That is very
to
sad.
think about. So. Yes.
So that's one way to help that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not going to get this completely colored, but I got it started.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy coloring yours. And I saw pictures from people that put them in books, like this one,
That's a
a
good idea.
3-ring binder, or hang them,
Yeah.
or put them on your refrigerator, wherever you want to keep them to remember the stories of this time around of
Yeah.
creation.
Yeah. And this you could almost cut out and like put on something.
Yes,
Decoupage, I think that's still a thing. I don't know.
that's
But-
very cool.
But yeah.
All right,
All right.
let's sing.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna do deep and wide again.
Yeah.
And Becky's gonna help me with the actions and see if we can get mixed up. So. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Do we want to start with deep or wide?
Deep.
Deep. Okay. All right. Ready? Here we go. Deep and wide, there is water flowing deep and wide. Deep and wide, there is water flowing deep and wide. Here we go. Wide and deep, wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep, deep and wide, there is water flowing deep and wide, there is water flowing deep and wide.
Woo!
Faster?
All right, let's try it one
All
more
right,
time.
one more, wide and deep. Okay, ready? Here we go. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. Wide and deep, there is water flowing wide and deep. There we go. We
Woo!
did it.
That was much better.
All right, yeah.
Look at that. I hope you enjoyed singing that song too.
Okay.
It'll probably be stuck in your head.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We are going to close in prayer. So let's do what we do, which is take a deep breath in, hold it, and blow it out. God, you are good creator. All that you made is wonderful and beautiful. As we use water today, we will remember you and give you thanks. Amen.
Amen. All right.
See you next week.
See ya.